Hello and welcome back to the second part of the tutorial on how to remove a background. In this part, what we're going to do is tidy up the area around the hair and also add some new backgrounds. We are working on the layer without a background and I'm going to remove the marching ants. So I go up to select and click on none. Next, I'm going to go in and zoom in to about 200, and you can see around you've still got some of the green background, and this bit here needs tidying up. So what I'm going to do there is double click on the eraser tool and just basically go round. The brush I'm using is a soft one, soft edge. I don't want a hard one, and that's what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to go round on, put the opacity up to, no, that's wrong, that's the scale. The opacity is 100, so yes, I'm just going to go around taking this out. You will do it, give it more care than me, but I just want to show you. It's a great way of losing weight as well. So we do that. But I wanted to show you with the hair, yes, around here as well. That I don't like, that's the green. And I'm just going to go in and give it some spike, but also take off some of the green as well. You can see. So it's just really holding it and going in like that. We'll do a little bit more later on with another tool, but all I'm doing now is just going round here. In fact, you don't want to see me doing it all, and I shall just continue round and come back when I've finished. So I'm just coming down to the left shoulder and just taking out a bit of the background that I hadn't got rid of before. Going back to the hair, that's the hardest bit to cut out, and this is one way of doing it. There are a number of ways of cutting it out, and if you would like a tutorial on how to cut out difficult hair, just let us know in the comments page or on the email that you have with the videos, and we'll see what we can do. Right, okay, let's go back to 50 and see what we've got there. Well, the best way of seeing how good it is to add a background to it. So the first one I'm going to do is put a white one. So we go down into the layers palette and click on the bottom left, create a new layer. And the box will come up and I'm going to click white. Press OK. The size of it is exactly the same as this size. Press OK. And of course it's covered it, hasn't it? So what I'm going to do is click on that layer and just move it below. And it's not a bad job actually, but I think we can improve on that. And if I go into make it 200% again, and this time I'm going to use the smudge tool. So double click on that, still using the same softer brush, and what I'm going to do is bring out some of this colour here. So it's a question of clicking, and of course you have to be on the right layer. I'm not on the right layer, so you're on the background copy layer, so clicking and just pulling out, and this is it. All you're doing is moving the colour and just go round softening and tweaking the ends. So it just breaks that edge down. And you can pull it as far or as, and if you wanted you could do it here as well, but I'm not going to get into that. So very quickly just soften here, fill that gap in a bit, because all I'm doing is moving the pixel colours from there, and just come down here. We're on 100% opacity, and that's what's needed on this one. I'm just going to smooth around here as well. I didn't do a particularly good job. And then go over to the other side and just come down. I'm going to pause, you don't want to see all this, and come back when I've finished. I'm just coming around to this odd bit here, and as long as you move, well, I'm using a tablet and pen, which is so much easier. Yeah, I'm sure you can do it with a mouse. I just haven't used a mouse for a long time, but as long as you're pulling the stroke in the right direction, as I say, that's a nice little tool, this. You can create all sorts of interesting, and imagine a pet, you would do the same thing. I'm not calling you a dog, Caroline, no. Okay, that should be, I'm going to bring it back to 50%. That's not bad at all, I'm quite happy with that. We did say another colour background, didn't we? Right, so again, it's down to the bottom left, create a new layer, click on it, and then this time we're going to fill it with a transparency. Click on transparency and say OK. Then I'm going over to the bucket fill tool, double click on there, and if you come down here you can either do it with the foreground colour, the background, or we're going to do the pattern. So I'm going to click on that there, and that brings up all the patterns that comes with Gimp. You can create your own patterns, and that may well be something for a tutorial in the future. If you want one, let us know. I'm going to put a wood effect this time, so I click on that one there, and that comes into the little box. Make sure the layer that you're going to fill is highlighted, which is this one here, and then have your paint fill bucket, and then just double click, well, click, and then it fills it completely. Of course, it's covered Caroline as well, so again we move it down just below. And yes, that's not a bad job at all. As I say, it was very quick, and you may well want to go in and tidy it up, and all you do is do it on the background copy layer with the smudge tool or the eraser. Let's have one more layer, and click a new layer here, and again it's fill with transparency, that's okay. To the bucket tool, pattern fill, and this time we'll have the blue. That's interesting. Depending on where you were, we were obviously highlighted this. When I created a new layer, it went underneath. Well, I'm going to leave it there because that's where you want it to be. So with a bucket fill and double click, sorry, I keep saying that, just click, and that's rather nice. That looks a lot more natural because obviously the blue and the green were similar. And that's how you start from the background that you want to take it out, and then add a white one, a yellow one, or a blue one. I hope you found it interesting and informative, entertaining, whatever. If you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear them. So come to our fan page, you'll find the details below, and we would really, as I say, we'd really like to hear from you. And so for this tutorial, that's it. See you in the next one. Oh, before I go, of course, we need to save it. So we go up to File, and If you want to keep the layers, preserve the layers, or you want to save as, and wherever you want to put it, I'm not going to save this because I already have done, but whatever the name is, and this is the important, you don't want JPEG, so go up to click file type by extension, and it's the Gimp XCF image, and it will automatically put it there and save it. And then you can come back. I'm going to cancel that. You can come back, add another background, remove it, whatever you want. In fact, I'm now going to save the transparent background image in PNG, and the way I'm going to do that, very easy, is to knock all the eyes out except for this top layer, and you've got your transparency around it. And I'm going to go up to File, Save As. I'm going to leave it in Work in Progress, and I'm going to keep it as Caroline Profile, but I'm going to change the file ending to PNG, because PNG preserves. Click on there, and that comes up there, and save. You will see this box. Your image should be exported before it can be saved as PNG. What I'm going to do is flatten the image rather than merge visible, because there aren't any visible. These have been knocked off, you see. So I'm then going to say export. Leave everything as it is there, don't change anything, and save. And I'm going to use that image in the next tutorial, which is 15C. So, see you there. Bye.